Hi friends, I'm in my car today. I thought I'd film this video in this location because it's a bit more appropriate, because what I'm going to be talking about are the changes to the driving test which will come into force on the 4th of December later this year. Now, there are going to be four main changes. The first one is going to be the independent driving section of the test, which is at the moment is a 10-minute section. That's going to increase to 20 minutes. The actual length of the driving test will still remain the same, which is about 38 to 40 minutes long. Now, at the moment, when you do the independent section of the test, that's either follow some road signs, or the examiner will ask you to remember about 3 different directions that he or she will give you. But what will happen now is that there'll be a Satnav in the car. Now, this will be supplied by the driving examiner, and he will set the particular route that he wishes you to hopefully follow. This is nothing to worry about, because if you don't know where you're meant to be going and you're not sure, you're just going to ask the examiner and they'll tell you anyway, so it won't be a fail. And if you were to drive down, if you took a left instead of a right and you did it safely, that also will not be a fail. So this week I'm going to start introducing the Satnav into my lessons, and I'm just going to do this with the use of my iPhone, which has a really good Satnav Google Maps on it basically. So we're going to start practicing this so that any of my pupils that were maybe having lessons at the moment, they'll just be used to it by December. Most of them will have passed before December anyway, but I'm going to start doing it now. Okay, so those first 2 changes really are the fact that instead of being a 10-minute section of independent, it's going to be 20 minutes. And the second bit is the fact that it's actually going to be done by a Satnav. Apparently this will only be every 4 tests out of 5, and I think the next one will probably be directed. The 5th test will be directed by the examiner. Now, the third change I find quite interesting, because basically you will not be now asked to do a turn in the road. We will still have to teach you how to turn your car around in the road, but it will not be part of the test. And also you won't be asked to reverse around a corner. Instead of either of those 2 manoeuvres, what you'll be asked to do is one of 4 things. You'll either be asked to drive forward into a parking bay and then reverse out, or you'll be asked to reverse into the parking bay and drive out, or you might be asked to do a parallel park, where we teach you to go up next to a parked car and reverse back next to the curb. And then the 4th alternative might be that we're driving along and we ask you to pull up on the right, the wrong side of the road basically. You'll pull up on the right before a parked car, and you'll only do this when there's no oncoming cars and it's safe. And then you'll reverse back a couple of car lengths so you can see to pull out, and the examiner will say thank you, drive on when it's safe. And so we're all going to start training all you pupils to do this. I'm also actually directing this video to any driving instructors as well who might be slightly concerned. Whenever there's talks about changes to the driving test, there's always a slight panic in the air going on between pupils and also driving instructors. Us driving instructors always feel slightly threatened. We think, oh no, how are we going to cope with the changes? But to be honest, I've always found in the past, whenever the Driving Standards Agency have said, oh, we're going to change this or that, and I've always been slightly concerned, it's always been fine. So we're not going to worry again, are we? We're just going to take it in our stride and go in with an open mind, and we will just play by the rules, and we'll do whatever we can to get our pupils through the test as well as we can. Now, the 4th and final change is the fact that at the beginning of the test, normally you get asked 2 safety questions. And one of these is a tell me question, and one of them is a show me question. What's going to happen now is that before you take your test, you'll get the tell me something question, and then on the move, the examiner might ask you to show him, for example, how you clean your windscreen using the washer and wipers, or could you put your heated rear windscreen on, or do the fan or something. Now, I would advise you that if you're busy negotiating something like a roundabout or whatever, don't do this immediately. Deal with your roundabout, and when you feel safe and comfortable, then you will deal with the question. So if you feel it's awkward, you can just say in a moment, and they will be absolutely fine with that. They don't want to make you fail your test, okay? And I'm always saying this to every single pupil I ever teach. Remember, the examiner is hoping for a pleasant drive. They're wanting you to pass. They're not wanting you to fail, and that really is true. Okay, so I'm going to wish everyone the best of luck with these new rules when they come into force in December, And if any of you got any comments or questions, please just comment below and I will answer them for you, okay? And if you've enjoyed this video, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe, which will encourage me to do more of them. Have a lovely day. Bye.